Alright guys, so welcome to my channel, and if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. So today I'm talking about why I stopped trading on my phone and I decided to trade on my laptop only. So let me put it out there that if your only means of trading is a phone, then you have to make good use of what you have. But if you have an alternative, if you have a laptop or a computer home, then you should definitely consider trading on the laptop, right? And it differs from different kind of people, but I think you should try it out and make a judgment for yourself whether you think it's good to switch to trading on the laptop instead of the phone. So there are a couple of reasons why I made this decision. So I've been tracking my trades over the period, and what I try to do most of the time is to review my trades at the end of the week, sometimes at the end of the day if I have the time to do that, but mostly at the end of the week. So there are a lot of things that I realized and I started implementing it, and I've seen a lot of changes in my trade. So I decided to share that with you guys, and maybe it might change something for someone. So what I realized was there were a lot of things that were going on in my trades that were not really adding up. Like I get really good setups, like, but sometimes the trades don't end the way I expect it to go. Not because the setup was wrong, but because of so many other factors. And one of the core things was I attributed it to the fact that I was trading on my phone. So trading on my phone does not mean I still don't use TradingView. I do all my analysis on TradingView and all that, but I found myself taking a lot of trades with my MT4 or MT5 depending on the type of account I'm trading. So number one, I realized that I was cutting my wins. So I will take a trade, do my analysis, take a trade, and then I'll be doing something else. I open my MT4, MT5, and I see a lot of blues, and I'm excited and I close the trade. And it happens so many times that the trade keeps continue. And then recently I took a gold trade. The trade drops about 60 pips, but I had about 6 standard loss, so the profit was massive. And I closed the trade, and for the rest of the day, the trade kept running for more than 600 pips, and it was very terrible. I just took like less than 10% of the profit that the trade was supposed to give me. But for my analysis, I was looking at swinging the trade all the way down to TP. It didn't get to TP, but if I had waited even to the close of the session for the day, it was with the New York session. I took the trade getting to the end of the Asian session, and if I just waited to the end of the New York session at the end of the day, or even the following day, I could have backed over 400 pips, right? The second thing was taking losses. So sometimes you open your MT5, MT4, you see so a lot of losses, and you are scared. Like, from that point in time, there's instinct that comes into your mind, especially if you are trading a big account and you start seeing losses in the thousands. You freak out, and most of the time the first thing that comes into your mind is secure your trades. I know there are some people, especially new traders, that would leave their losses running, but personally I don't do that. The first thing I do is to try to protect my account. So if I open my trade, I forget about the fact that I have a target and all that. I just go close the trades, and then later the trade reverses and I'm in profit, and I blame myself. And it's mostly because the phone is enriched most of the time. Like, even if you are doing something, you come back, you check MT4, you just click, and you have access to your trades, which I found not to be good for me. Another thing I realized was overtrading. So trading on the phone is good. It's okay. It's very convenient. So my mentor actually is someone that loves trading on his phone. He can do all the analysis on his phone and make so much good trades. And most of the time, except when he's teaching, he trades exclusively from his phone, and he makes so much money trading on his phone. So as I said earlier, if you are that kind of person, you should completely continue to do that. But most of the time, what happens is it also requires a lot of experience to be able to totally analyze from your phone, because your phone screen is small. And what we are doing, especially when we are doing technical analysis, is we are looking at data from the past and trying to make meaning of what is happening in the present and in the future. But when we are looking at the phone, most of the time we are looking at a very small portion of the screen. And that very small portion of the screen does not really good give us a good overview of the chart, and we tend to make decision on just a few area or just one section of data on the screen, and it leads us taking bad trades or over trading. So for me, one of the strategies I trade is demand and supply, and I look at just a couple of candles to take the trade. So sometimes you open the chart and there are so many trades all over the place. So you open a chart, you are scrolling through, you see a level, and then you go into the trade. And later you come back and you're in loss. You go check your trading view, and then you realize that there was a level before that level that price has reacted, and a whole lot of confusion, and then you realize why you lost the trade. So not trading from your phone is going to also protect you from over trading and also taking so much bad trades. And another reason why I decided to do this was it helps you to take your profits, to not take your profits early, just like I've explained earlier. Most of the time you are tempted to close your trades when you open and you see blue, right? And that is very terrible because you're supposed to let your winners run. The best thing you could do is to manage your trades if it is part of your trading plan, to move stop loss to break even into profit, take partial profit, right? Another reason why I decided to do that was because I realized that most of my trades were not having take profit and stop loss. So I trade a lot of accounts. I am currently trading about 600 accounts, and I have so many accounts in the challenge phase, and I have two other personal accounts I'm trading, and I also do help some people do past challenges, so there are other accounts I'm trading too. I realize that most of the time it's very difficult to be setting take profit and stop loss for every trade. You click buy, you go put take profit stop loss. Very difficult. So I ended up not setting a lot of take profit and stop loss for most trades, and it cost me a lot because sometimes the trade goes bad without stop loss, and then instead of taking like 50 pips loss, you take 100 pips loss. And sometimes the trade goes to your level and it reverses, and you lose majority of the profit you're supposed to keep, right? But trading on your laptop, if you are familiar with trading using the MetaTrader on the laptop or on your computer, you can just drag your take profit and stop loss. So at the time that you are taking the trade, it's just a click away and you set your take profit and stop loss, which takes like just a few seconds to do. So it saves you a lot of stress, and your take profit and stop loss is in place. So these are generally some of the reasons why I decided to stay away from trading from the phone. And I've seen so much changes in my trades. Like, this has nothing to do with strategy. This mostly have to do with trade management, because I have access to, okay, it also have to do with trading in some way, because I ended up over trading and then not looking at the chart well, and just looking at levels on my MetaTrader and then entering trades, right? But there is also disadvantages from trading from your laptop or your computer. One of the main things is inability to trade anywhere. So if you have to be on the road to somewhere, leave the house, like go somewhere, like anywhere that is going to there's going to be some sort of inconvenience, and you cannot have access to your laptop, or because of inability to get access to the internet at where you are. Because mobile data, you could have mobile data anywhere and still be able to take trades and do manage your trades or do so many things. But if you are depending exclusively on your laptop and you don't have access to internet, or you cannot carry your laptop to where you are, then it means you cannot manage your trades, which is going to be very terrible. So I think in general there are other disadvantages as well, but in general I think the advantages outweighs the disadvantages. That is in my opinion and what I've noticed so far. And again, I'm not going to exclusively stop trading on my phone. I'll still have my MT4, MT5 and access to the trades just for in case of emergency where I need to like critically, like if I have a position running and I'm in so much profit and there is like a very high impact news that could totally reverse all my profits, I could still be able to have access to my trades and try and move stop loss to break even or do so many other things. But I'm going to stick taking trades exclusively on my laptop, and I'm going to miss out on some trades, but that also means that I'm going to take the high quality trades that I end up sitting and analyzing. Because another disadvantage of trading from the phone that I realized was I end up taking trades that I've not planned. I open the chart, I see a setup, and I just go in. Whilst on my trading view on my laptop, I have things that are marked up. I'm waiting for some levels, but then I open my chart, I see something different, and I go into the trade. So these are the reasons why I made this decision, and I decided to share with you. Maybe it resonates with you, and you might give it a try and see if you will see an improvement in your trading. So I hope this helps. And again, if you are new to the channel, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.